I need you guys to grab your favorite snacks, your favorite drinks, whatever, because I'm here to tell you why I'm never going back to North Coast ever again. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia, or Electric Ollie, and today we're back with another mukbang recap, this time going over North Coast Music Festival, and we're doing a snack one. So before we get into all of my thoughts about the festival and everything, let's go over what I'm eating today. So the last couple mukbangs I did like full-on meals, but my bestie was just in town and we went through and acquired a bunch of snacks throughout the week. So I thought some of these I've never tried before and some of them I have, so I thought this would be just like a fun little snack haul, like try or taste test, whatever, and also just talk about North Coast. So let's go over all the things that I have here. Okay, the first up, I have these pizza Cheez-Its. I freaking love Cheez-Its. The white cheddar ones are my favorite, but I've never had pizza ones, so these are cool. And then I have these, I don't even know what brand this is, Wise, never heard of it, but these are dill pickle ridges, so I love pickle flavored things. You'll see I have more pickle stuff, but I've had like Lay's pickle chips before, other types of pickle potato chips, but not this brand, so I'm gonna try that. And then, so I love my bestie. She brought me these pickles from Texas. They only sell them in Texas, these best made ones. So she brought me 2 jars of these. So I'm gonna get into these. They're my favorite. Found some pumpkin spice goldfish, like the Dunkin' pumpkin spice graham. So never had that, bet. These corn nuts buffalo ranch crunch mix. So I've already tried these and actually think these are really good, but I just tried them in the last couple of days, so I might munch on these in between all of it. And then if you know me, then you already know what the deal is with the Oreos, and that I have an obsession with them, and that every time I go to a store I look at the Oreo section. So I've already tried all of these, but I just want to keep them. So we have pumpkin spice Oreos, we have the Halloween spooky Oreos, and then I just had these for the very first time a couple days ago, lemon Oreos. Like, these are good. So I did get a little plate, so I'm just gonna pour. I'm gonna start off with like the savory stuff first, and then work my way over to the cookies. All right, let's pop into it. So I got the pickle chips, pizza Cheez-Its, the buffalo ranch mix, and the pickle jar of pickles. I live alone, so I can do whatever I want. Okay, I already tried a chip. I'm not getting any pickle, and a little bit of dill. What if I dump it in here? All right, anyways. I have my little notebook in front of me, so if you see me looking down, that's the deal. But let's first talk about, I wrote everything down, so I'm just gonna go in the order that I wrote things down in, so hopefully it makes sense, doesn't matter. So let's talk about the ticket. So I got a VIP ticket, and by the way, I've already kind of gone over all the prices and everything in my prep video, so I'll link that above, and then you can watch that, how I actually prepped for all of this. Now I got ready. So my VIP ticket was about $440. Again, it's mentioned in the first video, but it was at least $400. And I would say VIP at North Coast is very worth it. Getting in, you have your own VIP line, and we only had to wait. So I went with Alyssa. So if you've watched the other videos, you already know who I went with. Friday, we pretty much just walked in. Saturday, it was the busiest day, and that's pretty typical of, multi-day festivals, that Saturday's usually the most packed day. So we did have to wait just a little bit getting through in the VIP line. And then Sunday, we just walked right in. In the actual VIP sections, they were very nice and very spacious. So a good chunk of the VIP area was right in front of the stages for all of them. And so I don't know if people just didn't want to buy VIP or what, but like it was never at full capacity. Like I never had an issue getting up to the front of any of the stages. So that was really nice. Like it was just very spacious. So I'm guessing maybe they just didn't sell a lot of VIP tickets. I don't know. The other things included in VIP, if you weren't like right up to the stage, there was still plenty of other space to like move around and sit. So they did provide like seating areas, covered areas so you'd be out of the sun, picnic tables or like bar tables where you stand up against. And I really like these. This is what I'm eating right now. My bestie didn't really like these, but I'm glad she loved these here because I like them. And by the way, so in this mix, it comes with corn sticks, corn chips, corn nuts, and corn puffs. Okay. How does I sound? Oh yeah. So just lots of place to like spread out and take a break when you needed to take a break. Like at one point at night, like I was just like laying down in the grass. Like it was very nice, very spacious. VIP had their own like bars and food, very like minimal food options. But I mean, you can still go out to the regular sections and get the other food options there, but it's cool just to have that option there. And then the bathrooms are always on point in VIP. For the most part, they're all the same. Like it's a little trailer with AC, running water, napkins, hand soap, all of that. So that right there just makes VIP like worth it in itself. So if you're considering getting VIP for North Coast next year, I would say go ahead and get it. If I was going back, I would still get VIP. So now we're gonna try the Cheez-It pizza. They kind of taste like pizza goldfish. Have you ever had a pizza goldfish? I love goldfish, by the way. So that's why I was like down to try these. So that's what the pizza Cheez-It tastes like. They're pretty good. The venue itself, it was at Geek Stadium. So I don't know anything about Chicago, but it's technically in like Bridgeview, Illinois, not exactly Chicago. But it was small. It was like really easy to get around. There were 3 main stages. So the main stage was inside the stadium. So you had to like go up the steps, and then they had the stadium seating if you wanted to take a seat. So that's always a nice option. So there were times like in main stage, like I would just go sit at the VIP seating of the stadium. That was a nice break. They had something called the Chill Dome, which is this big covered dome, and it's completely dark, and there's like no windows, or there's only like one way in, one way out. And there's like all sorts of lights going in there too, and there's like a little DJ in there, so it's cool if you just like want to get out of the sun and like kind of cool off. Like that's a cool place to go and hang out. And they had some like other cool stages too, like something like in a dome. And again, you can see all of this in my previous videos. And then they had like a silent disco. I never went to the silent disco though, but it had people at it. They had performers walking around, so there was like stuff to see, like photo ops. You know, sometimes people want to take pictures with the like performers. They have that. They did have a lot of cool places to take photos as well. So like every day that we went in, Alyssa and I just was like, let's plan our photos and get those over with. So we took photos at 3 different places all 3 days. I didn't really have any complaints about like the music. I mean, like the sound, the production, like, but also there was nothing spectacular about it either. Just very basic, but no complaints. So, but it was easy just to get around in between all 3 stages. So that was cool. Back to the pickle chips, which I should probably eat one of these pickles now. I love pickles. There's a lot of people that don't like pickles, and I'm like, you're fucking crazy. Pickle chip. Talk about the food while we're eating. I love to eat at festivals. I love it so much. I always have an appetite. I eat. Sometimes I like, at least for sure 1 time, and then sometimes 2, depending but they had so many food options. Lots of food options of every different type of cuisine that you could think of. So like when I ate the first day, I ate crab rangoons. Like I lost my mind when I saw crab rangoons. I've never seen that offered at a festival, or maybe I just haven't seen it, but I never tried it at a festival. So I ordered them, it came with 3. The first one I was like, ooh, y'all did it right. It's thick, it's creamy, it's yummy. But the last 2 didn't have any cream cheese in it. And like, I don't complain. So like I wasn't gonna go back and be like, give me different ones. So I just don't get crab rangoons at a festival. I ate some fries, very basic. I ate a fully loaded burrito. That was awesome. I did get lucky. So I've already mentioned it and talked about the whole thing in the 3rd day of North Coast. But the first night I met the owner of Harold's Chicken as I was buying fries, and told me to come back the next day and he would give me food. So he did. So me and Alyssa got hooked up with chicken sandwiches, fries, drinks. So thank you. And then one of the days, like Saturday, it was the worst day for food. Early in the day, like as the day went on, the lines went down. But sometimes like it was real crazy, like seeing people wait on these long ass lines. Sunday, Alyssa got like a brick oven pizza, and that took forever. That took 30 minutes to come out, but she said it was really good. So just beware, I guess, if you're ordering from pizza and what the situation is, because they were making them and putting them in the oven as people were ordering, so it got really backed up. But overall, I really liked the food at North Coast. My biggest complaint, I would say, would be the phone service, because it was awful, for me at least. Like, I have AT&T, so maybe that was part of it, but halfway through the first day, my messages stopped going through. So the first day, like I started off strong with everybody, and then I was like, I'm gonna go off by myself. And then like I couldn't, like none of my messages were going through back to people, or if they did, it would take, they would come in like super late, they would get delivered super late, or I would have to like keep like resending the message for it to go through. And if they did, I wouldn't get messages back. So it was until later when I finally like found people. So it was kind of, that's the good thing about North Coast being little, is that it was easy to find people. Or even if you were in VIP, so me and all my friends had VIP, so it was easy to just meet back up, because it's like, okay, if we get split up, I know they're gonna be at VIP at one of these stages. So it wasn't a big deal. But like Alyssa didn't really have any phone issues, and my friend Ace didn't. So like when I got lost, I couldn't get a hold of Alyssa. Like Ace and I ran into each other, and he texted Alyssa for me, so like their messages went through. But so I guess just AT&T, but regardless, I did not like the service at North Coast. This is going a lot faster than I thought, because I'm already on the second page of my talking points, and I still have a bunch of like salty snacks, or maybe I'm just talking way too much instead of eating. But I'm gonna eat all this, and then let's get into that. So I'm gonna put the stuff back in the box. Probably didn't even hear what I said. All right, so we finished with all the salty stuff. I wiped off my plate to get all the savory stuff off. So now we're getting into the Goldfish limited edition Dunkin' pumpkin spiced grams. Smell like pumpkin spice. Okay. And then I've already mentioned that I just tried these for the first time the other day. They're so good. I'm gonna get 2 of each of these cookies. And then the classic Halloween Oreos. And then pumpkin spice, all of which I recommend. So, all right, so let's taste a little, because we haven't tasted the pumpkin spice Goldfish yet. Not bad. you like that. It's like just a fall snack, so yeah, get it. Moving on, so transportation to and from the festival. So I got a shuttle pass for all 3 days, and that was $100. This was just one of the things I just did not like about the whole thing. So we stayed at a hotel next to Navy Pier and had to Uber every day to the city shuttle line. And then from there, go to the festival. Except the first day we got there, the lines were just way too long for the shuttle. So we just ended up Ubering to the festival. And Bridgeview, Illinois is like normally I guess 30 minutes just right outside of downtown Chicago. So with no traffic. With traffic, it's an hour drive. Just very expensive. So and the second day we did the cost of like the Uber to the shuttle line, and the Uber to the festival is only $10 difference. So we're like, let's just go straight to the shuttle. And the third day we did Uber to the shuttle line to the festival. And then all 3 days we took the shuttle line back and then Ubered from there. So I don't know if there were closer hotels to avoid the Uber situation, or if we could have booked, I'm sure we could have booked a different hotel that was walkable to a shuttle line, but I didn't offer to help, and Alyssa really took the lead on that. So thank you so much. Like I say this, like I hate planning, and I will do it, and I will offer like if I notice that somebody needs help or whatever, but she took the lead and I'm so grateful. So I just said, whatever you decide, like how much do I owe you? So I don't know, maybe if both of us had looked, we could have found something that would have worked out to avoid the whole Uber and shuttle situation. But the shuttle situation, I guess itself wasn't terrible. They are school buses, so there was like no heat or AC, and just like super rickety, like, but I don't know, there's that. What is this? The pumpkin spice. I already know I like all these Oreos because I've tried them all before, but let's talk about sets now. So my top 3 favorite sets were Armin van Buuren, Elenium, and Chami, back to back with Mala. So I love Armin van Buuren. He's my favorite artist, so I'm gonna see him at if I'm going to a festival, he's on the lineup, I'm gonna see him, and he's usually my favorite every time. And then Elenium, I just typically have a good time at Elenium. Like I just went to a whole Elenium festival at the Gorge back in May. If you want to see that, here's the link to that. And that was just really fun, like super high energy, back and forth with like the headbanging to like, oh my God, I feel like crying. Some good moments there. And then Mala, back to back Chami, just all around a fun, danceable vibe. Like never like a dull moment at any point in time. Even met somebody shuffling, like just a good time. Not like new people, but I guess new to me, like this was my first time seeing like a full William Black set, and that I think was one of Alyssa's favorite sets, so that was a lot of fun. I appreciated that. And then I would say I guess half of a Sudden Death set, which this was my second time seeing him, technically my first, I guess. I saw him briefly at Ultra, but this was my first time like really sitting and listening. And I just posted a TikTok, and I stand corrected because it was like his old like other like persona Void. So I guess there's that. I don't know how else to explain it, but if you like really heavy bass, that's where you go. Let's do the Halloween Oreo. I just love these. Like, they taste like regular Oreos, but the orange flavor makes it taste like Halloween. Another super fun set was LP Joby. So this was my second time seeing her ever. Both times happened to be this year. The first time was at Tomorrowland, and now this was the second time. And she's just so cute and fun to watch. She just has such high energy, and I like her sets because it's just really fun and vibey, and also like really good shuffle music too. And I also found somebody, I met somebody there shuffling, so like I want to see that girl. If she's on the lineup at any festival, like count me in. LP, I'm gonna be there. Okay, now these lemon ones are so good. Now I'm thinking about it, I should have left the black ones for the end because I feel like they're really like, it's just a lot. Okay, let's talk about the people. I didn't have any issues. But let's also talk about something, because I see like a growing trend on TikTok about after every freaking major festival, people go on there saying like, Plur's dying, where's the Plur, blah, 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 blah. I don't have that issue and I don't see it that way. But a lot of it I think too has to do with like where I like place myself physically at a festival. So like I'm not really typically one to get deep into the crowd to where I'm being like squished and pushed and I can't breathe. Like I don't like that. So in general, I stay towards the back. So I don't have people bumping into me, stepping on me, things like that. So I think like a lot of it has to do like, well, where's the Plur when people are just like rude pushing through crowds? It's because you're in a crowded area. So maybe that might have something to do with it, but I don't have those views of like where's the Plur or anything like that, because I don't feel that way at all. I go into it with the mindset that I'm gonna have a really good time and people are gonna have really good energy, and that's what I get back. Like I set that expectation and that's generally what I get back. Every now and then, of course, you're gonna cross somebody, but I don't have some general blanket statement of like the Plur's gone. Like it's not. But before the Plur rant, all right, keep on track. Everybody was super nice. Like I had everybody that I met or came across was just like very nice. Got a lot of compliments, Alyssa and I, on our braids. So many people loved them, like especially the girls, gays and days. I don't know if the boys liked them. Nobody asked to pull them, so I'm like, I guess you don't like him. But got so many compliments, and everybody complimented like our energy too. I feel like they were like, you guys are so cute together and I love your, friend energy. So we're able to like meet people that way. I met a few girls like shuffling. Like I love that. Like when I'm shuffling or I see somebody else shuffling and I go, especially the girls, like I just love the girlies. I love the rave girlies. So that's always a fun time when I get to shuffle with somebody. And something else. Those little goldfish are cute and so easy to eat. It's like a nice, like light little sweet snack. Something else about the people. The first day, Alyssa was going to go to the House of Plur meetup, and I was just gonna tag along. But we got there so late, like she missed it, and so she was like, I told a lot of people I was gonna be there. I was like, you should host a meetup. And she was all shy about it, and I was like, and people were like asking for it too. I was like, well, just announce it, and if people say they want to go, then you know it. But even then, like people were already telling her without even having to announce it, like they really wanted to meet her. So I was like, fucking do a meetup. And I was like, I'll co-host a meetup with you. So she posted that she was gonna have like a meeting spot and a time on the last day, and people came. Of course they did. I told her, I was like, you're so relatable as like, a raver in this community, and a lot of people, like she's not just a raver, like she's very relatable, and that, she's a responsible adult that has a job, and like you can live a life outside of just raving. And so that's why I think, a lot of people look up to her, and so of course people want to meet her. So had the meetup, and some people came through, and that was really nice. Like the energy was just really sweet and showed her and even me love, because there was some people there too that were like, I watched y'all's Tomorrowland stories and it was so great, so fun, like I loved everything y'all did for Tomorrowland. So it was nice too that like I got to, I guess, be a part of it, and I was just like, And also just from people just like meeting up for the very first time. Like her and I did both have like friends there, so like what's up Ace, if you're watching this, also thank you so much for helping me like thinking to record sideways and sending me that footage. Thank you so much. And like Ian and Ashley, and like met their, you know, crew. I got to see my friend Selena again, who I just met this year for the first time at Seven Lions, so it was great seeing her and like meeting her friends. And then Frida, I hope you're watching this. So lovely to finally meet you as well. And I hope that you are sticking with it and filming the events that you go to and documenting everything, because this really is so much fun, like coming back and talking about it. So if there were other people that I met as well, like the girls that were shuffling, so nice. And then I had a few people come up to me. It's funny when people come up to me, because I guess they forget my name, but they'll always be like, "Are you that girl from TikTok?" And I'm like, "There's a lot of girls from TikTok." Like, what? Which one? And they're like, electric something, or like Allie. So if you didn't know, like it's electric Ollie. It's not Allie. So just putting that out there. I try to correct people as it comes or whatever. So yeah, electric Ollie. But so that was nice. Like I had a few people come up to me, and I don't know, it's always fun meeting you guys. So if you ever see me at a festival, please come and say hi, because I love it. And then you may end up in my recap video like this. So I'm sitting here editing the video, and I was gonna add just like some extra clips to it. But I completely skipped over talking about the braids. Like I briefly mentioned them, that we got compliments on them, but I got my hair braided for the very first time by Marsha from Get Braidified, and it was amazing. She's the sweetest woman ever. She lives here in South Florida, but she travels around to festivals and sometimes with the team or whatever, but this time she was it was just her doing the braiding. And I'm gonna link her Instagram down below and all that. But thank you so much, Marsha, for that experience for both Alyssa and I. Alyssa definitely got her redemption braids from Tomorrowland, and like I kept mine in for 5 days because I loved them so much. Like I felt so pretty, like sexy, like I just loved everything about the braids. So very happy for my first braid experience, and would love to absolutely do them again someday, hopefully with Marsha again. But there's a lot of really talented and beautiful braids out there. So do your research, get on Instagram. If you're into having your, if you want to have your hair braided, always thought about it and all that, do it. 10 out of 10 recommend. So I started off the video by saying I would never go back to North Coast, but then I just went through and talked about all these amazing things about it, with a few downsides, but like not enough to like that aren't deal breakers, right? So basically, which one of these Oreos do I want to eat? Let's do the lemon one. Basically, there was just nothing spectacular about it. It was a fun festival and it went smooth. Everything outside, everything inside the festival just ran smoothly. Aside from like the service, but whatever. That's not a big deal. Like logistically, Chicago, I can't even blame Chicago. I think a lot of it just had to do with where the stadium is located. We were warned, like myself was, Alyssa was, and then even getting to Chicago and hearing our friend Ace tell us the story, we were warned that the area around the festival or the stadium just like, it's just not a good area, so don't stay there. So we didn't, and we ended up staying in downtown Chicago. So like it was just really far from the festival. Ubers, just not even to and from the shuttles, but were just so expensive in general. Like we calculated, because we would take turns doing the Ubers, we each spent over $200 each collectively in Uber. So over $400 in freaking Ubers. We had plans of like eating deep dish pizza and Chicago hot dogs and all that. I didn't do any of that. And that's our fault. That's not North Coast fault. Once we just got the swing of things, like, again, you'll see how, you know, if you want to watch the other videos, like just how the days unfolded and how we spent our time. And that's just how festivals go sometimes. You have this grand plan of how each day is going to go, and then it doesn't go that way, or you run out of time, or you just don't have any energy. Overall, like, it's a cool festival, and if you've never been, yeah, go check it out. But for me, it's one of those, like, a one and done type festival, because there was nothing extraordinary about it. It was fun, it went smooth, the artists were great, production was cool, but nothing really stood out about it than just another EDM festival. So that's why for me, like, I just wouldn't go back. The logistics of it, getting to and from, like, I wouldn't want to stay in the area that it's, you know, held. So I'm cool, like, I'm glad I went. I just want to do it again. But I do recommend it, like, if it's something that you've been wanting to do or live nearby or just whatever, you know, if you want to go for sure, because I didn't have a bad time. Yeah, so I'm on my last cookie, and that was my last talking point. So yeah, that is my full review and final thoughts on North Coast Music Festival, which, yes, I recommend you go, but I won't be going back. So there's that. But this was fun, trying the different snacks that I hadn't before, different style mukbang recap. So please like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed and want more of these, because I actually really do like doing the talking, eating recaps. I think it's fun, and I love eating. Hello. Yeah, so subscribe and follow along for more like festival food and flying content. The next 2 videos are gonna be me living like a tourist in Miami, Florida. So go ahead and subscribe so you can see what that's all about. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at electric_Ollie. And bye.